Welcome to Teed Up Sports Podcast, your new go-to pod for sports, entertainment, culture, and humor. Today on the 25th edition of Teed Up, we talk with the NFL season, finally, Teed Up Fantasy Football League, and Antonio Brown's drama. I'm Brock, and I'm Teed Up. All right, it is officially NFL season. Packers-Bears starts tonight, the Thursday night game, first one of the year. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited. It's been far too long. I love my baseball, but, man, you know, it gets a little dry. You need some NFL in your life.
Football just hits different, man.
It's different. So we got the Packers-Bears tonight, Aaron Rodgers versus Mitchell Trubisky. This game is just going to be incredible. We're going to preview some Sunday games too, but let's talk about this one first because, I mean, I feel like they always play first game of the year, basically.
They do. You remember last year, right?
Last year was absolutely insane. If you guys don't remember, Aaron Rodgers, basically died, came back with smelling salts, and they basically put him on Adderall or something because he came back, his eyes were wide open, and he ended up coming back down 20-0 to win the football game. Just absolutely crazy. We were watching that last year. Ty was there. We were watching that prospect, which was pretty fun. But, yeah, I mean, what's your expectations coming in for tonight, Malik?
I was watching the highlights of the season opener last year.
I was watching that this morning, too.
Yeah, me
this
too.
morning.
It's crazy how comfortable Aaron Rodgers feels. Like, no matter what type of pressure he's under, he was down 20-0. And I know it's the Bears. We didn't know that defense was like that game one. So he probably wasn't too worried. But he was so comfortable completing every pass. It's just insane. I got Packers winning tonight. I'm not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers, especially when it's Mitchell. Bro, who's going to bet on Mitchell? Jarney would, but not me.
Packers are one of my best bets tonight. Jarney was actually talking about the Bears earlier. He's in Ireland right now. He's still on the podcast. We got him on Skype. Jarney, say what's up. I don't know if...
What's up?
There we go.
Football's back in season, baby. You know I'm ready for it.
Mm-hmm. So, Jarney, tell me why you're feeling the Bears tonight.
I'm feeling the Bears tonight. I drafted their defense, so hopefully they perform for me.
That's why.
You know, you can never bet against Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's one of the greats. So I do see him having a great game. I'm excited to see what both teams do, but it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I just can't wait, man. I don't know. There's something about going through your school week or your work week or whatever, and just waiting for every Thursday or every Sunday. Sundays during football, is literally holy to me. I need that
it's like
pizza on the couch. You got friends over, family over. It's basically like a mini Thanksgiving almost every single Sunday. It's literally a holiday, and it's just nothing better. You bet in every single game, basically. Then you got the night game. You got an hour in between to eat dessert or some shit. Order more pizza if need be. I don't know. There's just something about it that just feels like home, man. And I don't know. I'm excited, man. Packers-Bears tonight. I'm going to be at 808 Social. Shout out 808 Social in Scarsdale. Got friends there, family there. It's gonna be amazing.
This is the year Adams is going to solidify himself as a top 5 receiver in the game. And he's not going to be disrespected anymore. And it's going to start with week 1. Tune in.
Packers got that new head coach, too, Matt LaFleur, a friend of Sean McVay. I don't really know what to expect from him. He's young. But, I mean, as long as Aaron Rodgers is calling the shots, I trust Aaron Rodgers with, my life. You know what I mean? If Aaron Rodgers wanted to drive my car drunk as hell, he could go ahead. You know what I mean? I just trust him with everything. But let's talk about some of these Sunday games. They're going to be pretty interesting. We're gonna recap the Bears.
What? We're not gonna raise an eyebrow at that comment.
I trust Aaron Rodgers with my life. That's if Aaron Rodgers came to you and needed $10,000, you just give it to him. You know what I mean? You trust him. That dude's just a trustworthy guy.
What the fuck? What?
Just a trustworthy guy. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. If Aaron Rodgers needs something, I'd help him out. Just trustworthy ass dude. That's all I can really say. But let's get to these Sunday previews. So we're going to preview the Falcons, Vikings, Steelers, Pats, Giants, Cowboys. Let's start off with the earlier game. The Falcons are playing at the Vikings. The Vikings are -3.5 in this game. To me, this game's pretty crazy for my fantasy because I have Kirk Cousins on my fantasy team, and I also have Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. So I just need a bunch of points in this game. That's what I'm rooting for. But both of these teams, last year, missed the playoffs. They're both good teams, obviously. Both teams were basically pretty close to winning the Super Bowl. The Vikings, they lost to the the Eagles in the NFC 2 years ago, and then the Falcons. They choked the Super Bowl. Obviously, everyone remembers that in like 2016. Matt Ryan was MVP. So these are two teams, I think, trying to come back and really make a name for themselves this year and kind of get back to the direction where they were. They were both winning franchises. They just kind of collapsed a little bit. Malik, you trust Kirk Cousins to win this game at home? Start off right?
I don't trust Kirk. That O-line is horrible. I'll get that out the way. If I had to pick, I would go with the Falcons, even though I'm not sold on the Falcons. I know they got a healthy team now, and it's not the same, but I'm not sold on them at all. I think that Super Bowl hangover has been hitting them until this day, and it just sucks. But, yeah, Max is pretty heavy on the Falcons. I'm not at all. I got Vikings winning this. Nah, I got Falcons winning this. Yeah, I got Falcons.
This game is like crazy 50-50 to me. I don't know what to expect. One thing I will say about the Vikings, though, they got Dalvin Cook back, and I'm sure Jarny has something nice to say about Dalvin Cook because everyone loves Dalvin Cook. Like, man's insane, but he's finally back this year. He's healthy, so
he was a beast in Florida. Dalvin Cook was one of the top backs in Florida. He was literally a workhorse for the Seminoles. Just constant yards after contact. Like, that's exactly what he's known for, is breaking tackles, and he's a grinder.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need to break tackles with this O-line because, man, last year that O-line, Kirk was just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
And I actually watched a 30-minute video on YouTube. I forgot the person's name, but he was going over basically like every game of the Vikings season just about, and especially like the big games like the Vikings Saints and the Vikings Bears when the Vikings were like really close to winning, they just didn't. And it was basically, it all came down to their O-line. And, like, their O-line just didn't give Kirk enough time. And when they did give Kirk enough time, they usually won the game, like, fairly easily. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. And the Falcons, this might be Dan Quinn, head coach's last year. You know, if they can't get right back on track, I could see them definitely, like, changing head coaches moving on. Let's get into the Steelers-Pats, Jarny. Tell us about this game. Like, what do you expect for Tom Brady coming into this?
I'm expecting it's just another season for Tom Brady. Tom Brady is entering, I forget which season. I think it's 18th or something like that. But Tom Brady is entering his 41. He's a 41-year-old QB or 42. This is just going to be simple Tom Brady. Patriots are going to do what they always do. They're going to grind. We don't know if they're going to throw. We don't know if they're going to pass. We do know that they're going to get it done. We're coming back with Josh Gordon. We're coming back with Julian Edelman. We're coming back with we actually just got Demaryius Thomas, so he's supposed to make a comeback for us. So it's just going to be a nice little Patriots versus Steelers game. Steelers are coming with Juju and James Conner. So it's going to be your simple Brady versus Roethlisberger, and hopefully Brady pulls it through for us.
I remember last year when the Steelers played the Patriots. Steelers were at home for this game, so obviously way different than being in New England, and especially when they're going to have the ring ceremony, right? They usually have that week 1, so you're going to see Tom Brady getting his 6th ring, and then you have to play against him in the same hour. That's usually difficult for a team. But I will say I like the Steelers a lot. As we could see with AB, we're going to get into him in a little bit. The drama that this dude's having, you got to think for the Steelers, this is total addition by subtraction. Getting rid of AB, this locker room is probably so much happier. They're probably dancing, having fun. AB is just kind of a total drama case, and without him, even though he's just a wide receiver technically, and that doesn't mean everything, you could just tell the way this dude acts. There was definitely problems between him and Big Ben last year. That was obvious. I think the Steelers, they got such a good team, especially on the D-line. Their O-line's always really underrated. Big Ben, you could say what you want about him, but he could win you a Super Bowl. That's already been proven. You know what I mean? And I think even now he could still win you a Super Bowl. I feel like the Steelers could win this division. We talked about it earlier on a couple podcasts ago when we were previewing their regular season win totals. I took the over. I just like this team a lot. I don't really like them against the Pats week 1. That's usually not an easy game to win by any means, but in general, Steelers, this is a team to watch out for. I feel like they could win this division. The Pats, though, I don't really don't know what to expect from the Pats, man. They could win the Super Bowl again. I wouldn't be shocked, or they could go 8-8, and I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. They're due to fuck up. So I don't know what to expect from them.
The Patriots.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I don't think he was really doubting them. I see what he's saying. I definitely wouldn't go against the Pats. I got Pats for this game. They're coming off they just won another Super Bowl, week 1. The Steelers, it's a little broken down Steelers a little bit. Even though they got rid of AB, still, you lost your best player, let's be honest. He was always out on the field making plays. And Juju, he's going to have to step in those shoes now. And this is the season we're going to see if he can do it or not. And I think he can, but week 1 against the Pats, nah, he's not going to come out hot like AB usually does.
Jarny, you got any predictions for like a random Patriots breakout player? Like last year, I remember Sony Michel. Like he just started like being incredible, and I knew Sony Michel was good, but I didn't think he could do like all that.
Linebacker Chase Winovich. He's the linebacker that's been getting a lot of credit. He was I've talked about him on the podcast before. He was a workhorse back in Michigan. He was a top-tier linebacker out of Michigan, and they just drafted him. I definitely see him being the impact Patriots player this year. Also, probably N'Keal Henry when he comes back week 10. So those are two guys.
When he comes back week 10. Yeah, when he comes back when the season's over, you know.
He usually hurt till week 10. I thought he was like okay.
No, so if you, I heard it's a thing. If you enter the season on the IR, you don't get to play until week 9, and our bye's week 9, so he'll be back week 10 probably, I believe.
Damn, that's kind of a tough loss because he was looking great. Like that was a really hyped wide receiver prospect.
Well, we have Josh Gordon, we have Edelman, we have Demarius Thomas. We're looking good.
That's a filthy trio.
Yeah,
I can't even.
Brady needs that at this age. He needs that.
Bill Belichick was also talking about how this is his youngest group of guys, like their most athletic team, and I mean that's pretty scary because you usually think of Pat's teams as just like old white dudes putting in work and just slant routes and stuff like that, drag routes, being wide open in the middle of the field. But if these guys are actually athletic and especially the wide receivers, they're just pulling down balls out of the sky, like this team could be really scary. Let's talk about my team though, the New York Giants versus Ty's team, the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are -7 in this game, so they're big favorites. They're playing in Dallas. Jerry World. It's just going to be an insane game. I don't know what to expect from this. The Giants, I mean, from what I've been hearing from basically everybody and on Twitter and all sorts of Giants beat writers, this Giants team is like very good. This is definitely a new and improved team. Again, addition by subtraction. They took out Odell. This is apparently a good thing to the organization. I personally didn't like it. Obviously, like as a fan.
I don't know if that was addition by subtraction, but
nah. But I mean, think about it. Eli's had problems with Odell. The owners have had problems with Odell. He's kind of been a bad influence on like Sterling Shepard. He's probably definitely a bad influence on Saquon.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Saquon's young, teaching Saquon about like hose and boats and shit. I don't know if Saquon needs to be around that. But yeah, I mean, the Giants, their O-line's supposedly new and improved. People were saying it's night and day from last year. And if you guys remember the Giants O-line last year, it was pretty bad, to be quite frank. And also, they're saying that this defense is like pretty underrated. We got Jabril Peppers, obviously, who I think is like one of the most overrated players in football. I wasn't really happy when we got him, but people are saying that he's definitely valuable this year. We still got decent guys like Alec Ogletree that can make plays happen. We still got Jack Rabbit, who's definitely capable of being a top 5, top 10 corner in football. So we're gonna have to really see. Ty, what's your opinions on the Cowboys? Like, how do you feel about them coming into this year?
I got more. I want to talk more about the game actually. Giants. It's not looking too good for the Giants in this game. And in the preseason, the Giants were throwing interceptions, bugging out. And we got some ball. We got some ball hawks over there. So it's not looking too good. We had 11 takeaways in the preseason. We plan on bringing that to the game against the Giants. Only worry is Saquon. Of course, you're gonna have to stop him. But besides that, I got the Cowboys. Giants are +7. I got the Cowboys -7.
Damn, that's your best bet.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! You gotta say.
The Giants were undefeated in the preseason. Ty, you not a little scared about that?
Not scared one bit.
I feel you.
Wait, who's the quarterback for the Giants?
I'm assuming Eli's going to start.
It's Eli.
Yeah, it's Eli.
He knew.
That's all that needs to be said.
He knows who the quarterback is.
That's all that needs to be said.
Ty, how you feeling? The Cowboys finally gave Zeke his bag. He was holding out. I think he got 6 years, $90 million, something like that.
8 years for $80 million, I think.
80 mil. That's.
I mean, I need a piece of that check. That's how I feel about that. That's an insane amount of money, especially talking about football. I think he did the right thing, holding out, waiting on long because they finally paid him. He knew they were going to pay him, so it's just a matter of time.
I mean, Zeke definitely is a big addition to the Cowboys because without him, I like the Giants already to cover this game +7. I'm gonna get into that in the best bets in a little bit. But I was thinking, like, if Zeke isn't playing, maybe even more so to bet it, maybe even bet like a money line or something on the Giants. But Zeke's playing, line didn't move. I guess everyone knew Zeke was coming back. There was no debate about that. But we're just gonna have to wait and see, how this game turns out. This is a classic Giants Cowboys. Every Sunday you look forward to this. It's kind of like a heated rivalry almost. And can never forget that year when the Cowboys went 14-2 and the Giants beat them both times. I remember that like it was yesterday. Man, good times. Let's get into the Teed Up Fantasy Football League, though. This league is absolutely jumping. Malik, talk about you got the first overall pick. Who did you pick?
Barkley, baby.
Smoking
Barkley. I don't
Barkley,
really care about the Giants, but you can't. Barkley's gonna have an amazing season,
especially with that O-line.
Yeah, I mean, if the O-line is much better, like Max says, then that's only better for me. I can't have a bad season.
No.
Barkley on it, but I got Barkley. I kind of fucked up a little. I drafted Baker over Watson.
It's fair.
I definitely would have. I should have picked Watson though, but I feel like Baker's gonna all those weapons. Like, it's kind of hard for him not to have a good season, fantasy wise and like reality. I got Amari Cooper, who I hope goes off. I mean, I don't know. Amari Cooper's a little wishy-washy. I got LaShawn McCoy, who I was going to drop, but he's on the Chiefs now, so, I'm keeping him. You want to trade, Jarny? What's up?
He had to go. Yeah, Jardy had to go. He's in Ireland right now. He's got, like, classes and stuff. He's in between a bunch of things, but, yeah. So thank you, Jarny, for coming on for a little bit. But, yeah, Jardy's actually – let's take a – you got Jardy's team on your phone? Pull that up real quick.
Bro,
we'll break it down for you. But
shit's acting wild.
Sheesh. All right. Anyways, my team. I drafted first. Well, I had 4th overall pick. I could have got DeAndre Hopkins, but I felt like he was going to regress, and I feel like he's really going to start getting like that double team treatment because there's like the Texans have weapons. Don't get me wrong, but we see it from time to time with all the best receivers. Like they start getting double teamed, and like DeAndre Hopkins, he obviously was. You could argue that he was the best receiver in football last year. Fantasy wise, he was like statistically, but I just feel like I didn't really want to take him. Zeke was on the table. I didn't really feel like taking Zeke, so I took Julio Jones. I'm kind of going a little above my shoulders there, picking Julio Jones at 4, but I felt like I wasn't going to get him in the second round, obviously, and I needed to get him now. I feel like he's going to be the best receiver in football. That Falcons offense is absolutely crazy. They drafted 2 O-linemen, so you got to predict that their O-line is going to be better. Give Matt Ryan some more time. Matt Ryan gets touchdowns, like, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Like he's not the best quarterback, but he's definitely more than capable of getting like 2-3 touchdowns a game.
He's not going to be the best though.
He's not going to be the best. And like, look, he's just got Julio. Weapons. Oh, in terms of fantasy, I feel like he could be because Julio never gets touchdowns, and this is the year where he's going to finally start getting end zone targets.
But we've been saying that the past like 3 years.
But
like, this is the year Julio's going to like bug out in fantasy, even though he bugs out in real life. Happens again. Happens every year. I don't know. I think DeAndre is going to be the best receiver in fantasy. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, I'm going with DeAndre Hopkins. We heard it here first.
I also got I got Kirk Cousins and Big Ben. I got 2 quarterbacks, just could mix and match them. I got Cousins starting in week 1. I also got Calvin Ridley, who I feel like is super underrated. I think I got him in like the 3rd or 4th round or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. Also got George Kittle, Duke Johnson. I got the Rams defense, Justin Tucker. A little pro tip for all my fantasy players out there, especially if you didn't have your fantasy draft yet. Get Justin Tucker a little early because he is like a literal player. Like he gets like 12 points a game. You know what I mean? Like he kicks so many field goals. The Ravens are going to be a field goal team this year. I really don't expect them to like get a ton of touchdowns. Justin Tucker is literally like another player. Like he always will get you 12 a game. You know what I mean? And that's really important. Like a normal kicker will get you like 6, 7,
like
maybe 8. He's literally like a third. I'm not going to call him like a running back because that's a lot. But
backup running backs, he usually get like 12 points.
Yeah, so he gets you like 12 points a game. And like if you draft him a little early, you're going to get value out of the kicking position from Justin Tucker. Like I had him the past 2 years, and he's always been like super good. He doesn't miss either. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Like one missed field goal, like that's 3 points. You might lose by 3 points. You know what I mean? Now Justin Tucker, you got some safety net there. Where's Jarny's team? All right, so I'm going to pull up Jarny's team. I'm going to tell you who he got. Of course, he has Tom Brady. Obviously, even though Brady's
at 42, he got Tom Brady in fantasy.
Eric Ebron. This team's pretty bad, to be quite honest. He's got Aaron Rodgers on the bench, which is absolutely insanity. He's got AJ Green, which is a pretty good pickup, who's also on the. His bench is better than his actual
AJ Green
team.
Is hurt like He's doubtful for week
Oh,
one.
okay.
That's why he's
That
on the
makes more
bench.
sense.
Yeah.
He's got Kenny Stills. He's got Sterling Shepard. Respect their journey.
He has no running backs, I think. Like, his running backs are horrible.
Nah,
man.
Fournette and McCaffrey. That's pretty good.
Oh, shit, what?
He's got a little stacked team.
Why was he asking me for a running back?
Oh, no. His team is kind of stacked, to be honest. Christian Kirk.
McCaffrey.
Got the Chicago defense. Charlie's got a nice little team going on there, so we're going to have to wait and see. Also, I play my father week 1, so we're going to have to see who wins that. He's got Matt Ryan, DeAndre Hopkins, Ty Hilton, Mike Will, Chubb. He's got a nice little team there too, but we're going to update you guys week to week, tell you what's going on, tell you who we think is going to end up winning the fantasy league. So it was a $50 entry, so winner takes all, which is $600, which isn't like a ton of money, but it's good for a little fantasy league. We got 12-team league right now. We got a couple other dudes in it who listen to the podcast, big fans of the show, just hanging out. It's gonna be a fun league. We'll keep you guys updated on that. Let's talk about Antonio Brown, man. What's wrong with this dude?
AB.
Like, what could we even say? Like, so right now, this was literally just about an hour ago. So Antonio Brown is apparently going to get suspended. We don't know how long yet. I would assume like 2-3 games, 4 at the worst. I don't think they're going to suspend him any longer than that. And he apparently was trying to fight the Raiders owner Mike Mayock and literally threatened to punch him and punted a football, like I guess near him or something like that, and said, "Fine me for that too." And that's obviously an issue. And if you guys don't remember, we posted on Instagram, AB was basically complaining about his fines. And now he's got to deal with all this shenanigans. Like, he's going to get suspended, and the Raiders are trying to even just completely cut out his contract and just get the $30 million back. What's the future for AB, Malik?
Bro, AB is bugging out. I don't know what's going on with him. Like, all the drama that he's going through right now is the exact reason why the Steelers let him go. Like, he's showing us why the Steelers, everyone's like, oh, why would they let him go? Oh, he's a locker room issue, so what? He's the best receiver in the league. This is why. They don't want to go through shit like this. Like, the Raiders, he hasn't even played a game with them yet. He's already going through all this drama with them. Why? Like, it's unnecessary. AB, his future's looking bad. I'm not going to lie. He's on a team that doesn't really have a chance at winning, and he's acting like a complete fool.
They have a chance to make the playoffs.
They have a chance to make the playoffs, but the Steelers, they always had a chance to, like, you can see them going to the Super Bowl maybe. He hasn't like, he lost that opportunity, and now he's still bugging out. I don't know. AB's just, I don't know. He's a weird guy, man. I was watching him on LeBron's show, The Shop. AB is such a weirdo that it's like, it's kind of hard not to like him. I feel like that's why I still like him, even after all the shit he does. It's kind of hard not to like this guy. He knows what he does, and he thinks it's for a good cause, but he just makes himself look like a dumbass.
I like AB as a player. Don't get me wrong. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? This dude's a total clown. Like, not even clown in a bad way. Like, he's just funny as hell. Yeah. Like, everything he does, twerking after touchdowns and stuff. Like, that stuff is just funny. He makes football entertaining in a way, but I mean, right now, like, if I was a Raiders fan, I'd be absolutely pissed. Just because this is, like, it's just kind of annoying to deal with, you know what I mean? And if you guys are going to cut him, and, like, you're literally just getting the $30 million back, getting a refund, like, that just sets the team back, you know what I mean? You've been practicing with this guy. He's supposed to be your number one receiver. He's supposed to bring a new element to this team. And if he can't bring that to you every Sunday, or every Monday for this week, like, that's an issue. And I don't know, man. If he gets somehow, like, actually gets cut, I think they're capping on that. I don't think they're actually going to cut him or anything.
They're not talking about cutting him. They're talking about taking away his guaranteed $30 million.
Yeah.
So he'll still play, just won't, like, have that $30 million guaranteed. Which is, I mean, I saw this shit coming from AB, just not, like, they haven't even played a game yet. I saw this coming, like, midway through the season, because AB's always going through drama. No matter what team he's on, he's going to go through AB problems. But not, like, week one, bro. You haven't even stepped foot on the field to play a game. And
I thought they had to go, like, 3-5 first. Like, they had to, like, basically miss the playoffs for him to start doing all this.
Right.
And they got him for, like, a longer time, you know what I mean? This is just year one, you know? Yeah. So just imagine. And you got to feel bad for Gruden and Derek Carr because, like, both these guys want to win, you know what I mean? Especially Carr. Like, I feel so bad for Derek Carr. So if you look at his stats and you compare his first 5 years in the NFL to, like, Andrew Luck or Russell Wilson or something like that, his stats are there.
No,
you know
Derek
what I mean?
Carr's a good QB.
He's a good QB.
In a good situation.
It's sad. And I mean, playing for Oakland, right? Next year they're going to move to Las Vegas, so it's going to be interesting seeing how their last year goes. And you know, it's going to be cool seeing them in Vegas for sure. But I don't know if AB is going to be the first Vegas Raider. Like, we're going to have to. We're really going to see. It's just a mess right now in Oakland. Let's get into these best bets, though. I'm gonna go over Jarny's bet for him. Well, first, let's do a record recap. Jarny's sitting at 4-3. He's finally gonna be able to bet with us. I'm at 16-8. Malik is at 9-5. Ty is at 12-6. I'm gonna do Jarny's bet for him. If it wasn't obvious from before when he was talking about the Patriots, he's got the Patriots minus 5.5 over the Steelers. Some angles he was talking about were that it's ceremony night. You know what I mean? It's really hard to lose after getting a ring. Like, you finally get your ring. You're at home. You're not going to lose to the Steelers. You know what I mean? I guess that's his angle. I personally disagree. I'm not betting the Steelers or the Patriots, but I just don't see either side. Like, this is going to be a hard-fought game. I think the Steelers got a lot to prove. But, Johnny likes the Patriots. They got a lot of weapons. Their defense is obviously always good. Sony Michel. There's a lot of things to like about the Patriots here. And minus 5.5 at home against a good team like the Steelers, plus a revenge game from last year when the Steelers beat them. I'm sure the Patriots want a little bit of revenge of that. So we're going to have to see. Malik, who do you got?
I got Chiefs and the Saints money line.
Parlay.
Yeah, parlay. I'm doing a parlay. I think they're both going to win. I mean, Saints is looking a little scary, but I'm taking Drew Brees over Watson. Sorry.
At home, too.
Yeah, at home. And Chiefs is just, I don't know why Max is so high on the Jags. Chiefs is going to win this game no problem. Like this is almost a guaranteed win. I don't know why Max is so high on the Jags. Like, bro, we're talking about Kansas City Chiefs. They're favored to win the Super Bowl this year.
That is true.
And you're talking about the Jags going to beat us week 1 with a new QB who hasn't even played with them yet. Their offense is average. They're a little above average now because they got Nick Foles. Their defense is elite. They've always been a scary defense. But we beat them last year with that defense and a bad offense. Now they got a somewhat better offense, and it's that much of a problem? Nah. Chiefs are going to win this, no problem.
And that parlay is paying out plus 120, I believe. So that's a pretty good parlay, plus money parlay. Ty, you're taking the Cowboys minus 7, or are you kidding about that?
All right, I got the Cowboys minus 7 as my bet, as reason stated earlier. But I also have a second bet, 2 separate bets.
Oh.
As you know, we got the FIBA World Cup going on.
Bro.
And you pretty much, I got today tomorrow actually. Spain plays on Italy. And, Spain's got Serbia. What's up?
Name 5 players on Spain.
He will.
All right.
He's been watching.
5?
Yeah, 5.
All right, we got Marc Gasol, Willie Herman Gomez from the league. We got what's his name? Marco Bellinelli.
Oh.
Bojan Bogdanovic. Oh, no, he's on Serbia. They got a bunch of good players on Spain. That's arguably the best team, besides USA, of course. In this whole World Cup, they're playing Italy minus 5.5. Yes, Italy's got Gallinari and a couple of those guys. We're not worried about them. Take Spain on this one minus 5.5. Take the Cowboys minus 7. Those are my two best bets for today.
I don't know, man. That Cowboys bet looking a little scary, Ty. They got Saquon Barkley, bro. I don't think the Cowboys
so what's up? Let's make it bet right now. Take the Giants.
I will.
Maxwell. I'm not taking the damn Giants, bro.
How much, Ty?
I would 10.
10. $10.
It's the Giants. Right. What do you mean the 10 is good?
Virtual shake over Skype. You got it here. I got $10 on the Giants plus 7. Get a full touchdown for the boys in blue. Can't be complained about that. Speaking of FIBA though, real quick before I get into the best bets, that team is basically just the Celtics. That team is literally just that team is just the Celtics. It's Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, and Jaylen Brown. That's the Celtics. Yeah,
that is like the.
That's literally just that's their starting. It's not like they be subbing in Jaylen Brown.
That's not even the starting unit.
That's the starting unit of the Celtics. Yes, it is.
USA.
No, he's saying that's not the start unit for USA.
Well, who else? I mean, that's like I saw them all playing on the floor together. Like,
yeah, at one point they're gonna play together. Like, what's that supposed to mean, though?
I'm just saying that it's the Celtics. Like, I mean, take from that what you want. Like, yeah, they almost lost to Spain. Like, I don't know if that encourages Celtics fans, but I wasn't saying that. I just said that it's the Celtics.
All right, so is Team USA going to lose the tournament?
Probably not, because it's an actual NBA team.
What you're saying doesn't matter.
It's an actual NBA team. Like, they shouldn't lose. Even the Knicks wouldn't lose.
Spain's not a bad team. They got Ricky Rubio, Marcus Gasol. They're NBA players. They give Team USA a run every year. Every time we have the cup, they even gave them a run back when they had that Redeem team.
Do you think the Knicks would lose? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The Knicks would lose against who?
Like in the cup, they would lose to Serbia or something.
Yeah, they lose against Spain definitely. Serbia, Spain, Italy.
I
They
don't
lose
know.
against those teams.
What team is Patty Mills on?
Serbia.
Argentina.
Argentina. Or not. They almost lost to Argentina. Yeah, because Argentina was going crazy. They have, like, Seti Osman, though, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
Like, that team was, like, actually looking really good. And they had some, like, random EuroLeague guys just, like, going crazy. It was pretty cool to watch. I watched the highlights. Jason Tatum made some clutch free throws. I'll give it up to him. But then he also got injured or something. I think he's fine, though.
He's out for 2 games.
Yeah,
That's it.
He'll be fine.
Okay.
Let's get into my best bets. So 16-8, trying to carry over. I got 3 bets for you guys. Break them down a little bit. So tonight I got the Packers money line plus 150. Thursday night football game. Just can't. Like I said, I trust Aaron Rodgers a lot, and I think normally I wouldn't bet on the Packers like in a scenario like this in a division game. But I feel like the Bears are a little overrated coming into this game. Last year, they were literally one of the luckiest teams I can remember. Like, they just had so many turnovers.
The Bears?
Yeah, they were really lucky. last
Bro,
year.
that was not luck at all, bro.
They had
Had
lucky
one
against
lucky
the
game,
Rams.
and that was the game Mitchell threw like 6 touchdowns.
That was against like the Lions. Though.
That was their one, but still 6 touchdowns, bro, from Mitchell Trubisky. No, that was still luck. That defense is not luck at all. Don't listen to Max. That defense was making plays. It wasn't like it so happened to catch a pick. Like, no, they were reading those plays. They were getting the job done. The team overall might have been lucky, but that defense was the reason they went so far. So it can't be luck.
Well, they got a new defensive coordinator now, and they lost their top guy to the Broncos. So I feel like losing their defensive coordinator, like, plus they were literally I think like +9 or +10 in the turnover margin. That always changes. Like year after year, it always goes down a little bit back to the mean. So even if they're like +4 in the turnover margin this year, that's still like a significant decrease in turnovers. Also, like, the Packers, like, this is just decent value to me. Plus 150. This game's like a 50-50, you know what I mean? Like, we know the Packers at their peak. We know the Bears at their peak. I expect the Bears to come down a little bit from last year. They play at Soldier Field, yes, but it's not like it's cold there or anything yet. It's still fucking September. So I don't think they have, like, that full home, like, you know, that home field advantage that they usually have when it's usually, like, you know, in January or something like that. Like I said, I just trust Aaron Rodgers. We saw what he did last year to this team. If he didn't like get completely killed by, it wasn't Khalil Mack, it was somebody else. That was like the other D lineman, but he basically got killed last year, and he still ended up winning the game. So I think I like the Packers this year. They got a new head coach. He's going to probably try to prove himself a little bit. Their weapons are just getting stronger. Their defense got a little bit better. I just like the Packers here. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's the first game of the season, man. You know what I mean? You got to take the Packers on that. You can't take the Bears -3. It's just like you can't do that. For the Sunday bets, I got the Jags plus 3.5. I really like this bet.
Crazy. Do not bet that, guys. Please don't.
We're gonna see.
Max is not even like a Chiefs hater, which is why I don't
I'm
understand.
not a Chiefs hater.
I don't know if like he just loves Nick Foles this much, but I don't understand why. Like,
not even like
bro,
this.
like the Jags, bro.
This team is just really crazy.
I can almost predict the final score. That's how like easy this game is gonna be.
Predict the final score.
I got like 27 to like 17.
Sheesh,
Like,
I don't
bro,
even.
What, bro? Like,
Chiefs aren't dropping a 30 spot.
bro.
They're
All
not
right. If
dropping a 30
anything,
spot.
24 to like 14.
Chiefs
17,
defense isn't
bro.
holding them to 17.
Bro, they held them to like 10 points last year.
That
with
was
that horrible
but that
defense.
like that was just they were at home and stuff.
Who
and
cares, bro? Like,
It's-
bro, the Jags are like, bro. If anything, you gotta wait a couple games. If this was like week 4 or 5, then okay. This is week 1.
It's that
you got
exactly.
the Jags
It's week
coming out
1.
this hot.
Exactly. It's week 1. They're
bro,
gonna
the Chiefs are gonna come out
the-
hot because it's the Chiefs.
the-
Jags are not gonna come out just as hot as the Chiefs. To only lose by a
Jags.
field
Look,
goal.
Jags last year, they were like that was just a train wreck. They quit early in the season, but they started off good. You remember them beating the Patriots. You remember them beating the Giants. You remember them beating a bunch of good teams.
But when they played the Chiefs, they didn't quit by then. They were still trying.
No, they were still trying, but they were on the road, and the Chiefs were like really different that year. Like that whole year was just
They were
crazy.
hot, and they're still going to be hot this year. Not going to be as hot, but they're still going to be hot.
But exactly, not gonna be as hot. They're playing, they're playing against the Jaguars.
a Chiefs
You're
team
gonna
that's
see.
even like 2 steps down.
You're gonna
It's
see.
still going to easily beat
You're
the
gonna
Jags,
see.
bro. You're
Look,
making the Jags seem like it's
The
the
Jags
past.
are very good. The
You're
Jags are
making the
very
Jags
good.
seem like this is like the Chiefs' kryptonite.
Their
bro.
defense, it's not against Chiefs. Like the Jags are just a really good team. They got an actual quarterback now. Leonard Fournette is finally like fully healthy. He's
I'm
gonna
not
play.
hearing that.
The Jags, they play a good style of football. They eat clock. They run the ball a ton. They get a couple touchdowns and they let their defense go to work. They got Josh Allen from Kentucky. That dude's literally a monster. This defense is just going to be putting pressure on Mahomes all game. I expect Mahomes to make a mistake or two. It's early in the season, week 1. Jags are at home, getting some points here, a field goal and a half. You can't go wrong with that at all.
Bro, and when Mahomes made he made a mistake or two a lot of times last season. Has that stopped him?
It didn't stop.
He made
but look,
4 or 5 mistakes against the Rams.
They got a whole year of film on this boy now. They got a whole offseason. They've been prepping for a whole week to prepare against this Chiefs team. The Jags, they're going to have some tricks up their sleeve.
People take that whole, they got a whole year of film. You got to take that with a grain of salt, bro. They got over 10 years of film with Aaron Rodgers, and he still does what he does every single year. Well, I can't say Brady. That's more of a system.
Sophomore slump. That happens to everybody.
That happens to every quarterback. He's not a sophomore. So.
It's a sophomore playing. You know what I mean? It's a sophomore slump of actually playing. But so I like the Jags plus 3.5. Small underdog at home. To me, you can't go wrong with this. This is one of the better bets on the board. You know what I mean?
You can definitely go wrong with that.
Forget taking a big favorite in week 1. You don't know. Week 1 is every team puts their heart on the line on week 1. You know what I mean? This isn't week 8 when some teams are missing the playoffs. They're guaranteed to lose and stuff. Week 1, you expect every team to play to their full potential. You know what I mean? Every team's going to give their best. And this Jags team at its full potential, we saw what they're capable of doing. Now, granted, like Malik's saying, the Chiefs are really good. But you could expect a little bit of regression from them. They got a year of film on Mahomes. They're playing on the road. Revenge game from last year. Jags defense finally going to probably prove itself this year because last year was just a total waste. Just throw last year away. Don't even remember it. Can't go wrong with that. So Jags Packers so far. Packers money line. Jags plus 3.5. And the last game, Giants plus 7.5 or plus 7. Little homer bet. Honestly, this is probably my least favorite bet of the 3. But you're getting a full touchdown here. Yeah, the Cowboys are good. Don't get me wrong. But the Giants, man, if I'm just going to kind of buy into what everyone's saying right now. They're 4-0 in the preseason. Everyone looked good. Yeah, they don't have Golden Tate yet. I'm not really concerned about it. We're going to really see what the Giants are about. Plus 7, a full touchdown, division game. The Giants always play the Cowboys tough. So we're just going to have to wait and see about this one. I'm not in love with this. This is probably my least favorite of the 3. I'm putting the least amount of money on this one, but I got to rock with my Giants week 1, man. Bleed blue. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. First football podcast of the year. We're going to be on every Monday and Thursday now. Mondays will recap the Sundays before, and then Thursday we'll recap the Sunday looking forward. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun year. We're going to look towards the playoffs. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun, and there's going to be a whole lot of drama because football's a holiday, man. I can't even say enough about that. So thank you guys for listening. I'm Brock. Oh, actually, before I even get to that, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at TU Sports Pod. We've been posting a bunch of NFL content. Twitter has just been bumping recently. You could also catch us and listen to us on Podbean, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to listen to us and follow us on there. Be sure to rate our podcast 5 stars. That helps us out a lot, gets us a lot bigger as well. And yeah, guys, just check us out on all our socials. Thank you guys. I'm Brock and I'm out.
I'm Leak and I'm out.
Ty.
And I'm Ty and I'm out.
and Johnny's not here right now, but he's out too. And you can catch us anywhere and anywhere. Peace.